I'm not going to keep you for a real long time. I'm going to make this short and sweet because that's what God gave me. And it actually came right in service a few weeks ago. Yes. And it actually came from singing that song. And that's why I wanted them to sing it tonight. And I couldn't get that song out of my mind. And I whipped out my notebook sitting there after we got done singing it because I couldn't stop writing stuff down. I'm getting all confused here. But first I want to read, did everybody get one of these? Get that out. I want to read that real quick out loud. Once again, this is Miss Virginia found this, and she read it at one of our meetings, and I sat and wept. There is no one else like you. You have gifts that only you can give the world. You have blessings others can only receive through you. The Lord designed every detail of who you are. He looks at you and loves you because you are his creation. Others look at you and love you too because they see who he has made you to be. And I had seen a thing about a butterfly, and I'd never been into butterflies until recently, but you think about the process of the butterfly and how it gets here and what it becomes. And the thing that I read was, you can't see what others see in you. The butterfly can't see its wings and how beautiful it becomes from a little fat, chubby caterpillar, right? But everyone else can see that, and the butterfly can't. And when I saw, I said, this is perfect for what we're doing. And definitely that describes a butterfly, and that's us. When God works on us, we become a butterfly, and we can't see ourselves, but everybody else can. And that's what we need to remember, is that everyone else can see our beauty and our gifts, and we've got to use them. And so it's time to use them and quit saying that you're not there. You are there. And man, you need to just let loose. In Romans 12:2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed, metamorphosed, by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. There's your butterfly. So, sitting there listening to that song on that Sunday, and I just started going through everything that I won't forget. I will not forget what he's done for me. And I could have gotten up here and I could have just rattled off that day, just nonstop, everything that I will not forget that he's done. I can go on. He pulled me from some pits of hell. He comforted me nights that I cried in my bed. Nobody else knew. You resuscitated a baby I had twice. Born dead. Twice. Doctor said, you'll never bring him home. Guess what? He sits right there every Sunday. And don't tell him he can't do something, because he's going to prove you wrong that he can do it. Because in his mind, he's normal. Because he sees himself as God sees him. He doesn't see himself as anything else. I'll never forget. God kept me from hitting a car head on when I was sound asleep. Then he kept 2 fence posts from hitting my head as it come through the windshield. I'll never forget. There was a point I thought I was dying. And I wasn't going to live. And I didn't know what to pray. So I was saying, Jesus loves me. That's all I knew. Guess what? He does love me. And he was right there with me. And I'm standing here today. I'll never forget how I was praying for a son who had lost his way. While he's crying out on a rock, strung out on drugs, crying out to God, help me. Help me. I'll never forget. He did help him. He hasn't forgotten either. I'll never forget. I'll never forget situations he pulled me from that I didn't need to be in. I'll never forget the scars that he's healed that I thought would never go away. Some nobody ever knew about, and I said they'd never know about. They're gone. It's like it never happened. It's like a movie. I can talk about it like it never happened, but it did. You know why I can talk about it? Because it's not there anymore. He wiped it away. That's what he can do. So now I can tell my story and I can help somebody else. Because if he can do it for me, all the things I did, he can do it for anybody. That's why he did it. You know what woke me up about being adopted? Had nothing to do with my wonderful, beautiful, loving parents. There's just something that there's that hole there of you feeling not wanted. I couldn't understand how someone could carry a baby and just give it up. I didn't want to know. I thought about God. What'd he do? He gave his only son to save the entire world, including me, because he loved us so much. Then I began to understand it a little bit. Somebody wanted better for me. And guess what? God knew I was going to be born. He knew my name. Did he not? He knew my name. Doesn't matter how I got here, does it? But he knew there was a couple that couldn't have children, that needed a child, a baby. So guess what? Somebody had to have me, right? I had to get here somehow. So, that's how I got here. And that's how I got placed. Because somebody was praying for me. And God knew my name, and he knew how I was going to get here. Because I have a purpose. You have a purpose. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter. He doesn't care. Let it go. Let the butterfly out. It's time. Heal. See that butterfly up there? That's what he can do when you let him heal you. That's what you turn into. And take off. Take off. That's all we have to do. And then we can share it with other women, other people. They'll see it in you. And they'll want it. They'll want it. They'll hunger for it. Total hunger. So I want us tonight to be thankful for what he has done for us individually. And so I want Aaron to replay that song. And if you guys don't mind re-singing that. And I just want us to take the time to just worship and thank him for what he has done for you individually. And take this time to just worship him and thank him for what he has done for you.